What's going on, family? It's your girl Guruji Chastity, and I'm back. I can't even count. I'm so excited to be here right now. I had a little spiritual kick in the butt yesterday, and I was just like, you know what? Let's just go for it. So yesterday was a rough emotional day, and I did an oracle reading, and I asked my spirit guides, my ancestors, you know, what system do I need to use to share my wisdom with the world? Because that's really been catching me up and it's been having me not feel good lately. And they told me, look, it says the system that you need to use is honesty, and you're being real dishonest, okay? You being real dishonest. And I said, oh. And so I took a break from posting for good reason. I needed the space to really just grow into all of my wisdom, all of my teachings. But for the last couple of months, I wanted to be back, but I was like, I can't, because I spend most of my time here doing this, working, making that bread. And that's totally different from the life I've been living, at least for the last 10 years, yo. The last 10 years I've been self-employed, but real strong. At least since the pandemic, I've been working for myself with spiritual teachings. And so now, coming back to work in a traditional setting, I can't even count. I was a little ashamed. And I'm just like, how am I going to make content if I spend all my time here? And then when I go home, that really ain't always the vibe, to go out and start making content because life be lifing. So that honesty card hit me like, you need to get over it, dog. You just need to be honest about where you're at and just go from that point. And so one of the most honest things I would say I've learned from this break is that actually having this traditional job has saved my life. And let me tell you why. So I'm a baker and I work overnight. And most traditional jobs where you're on your feet for 8 hours a day is taxing on the body. And back in my day, when I was working traditional jobs, I always suffered from like horrible foot pain. And I was diagnosed with chronic flat feet. But at this point, I done yoga teacher training, Reiki master teacher. I be in the body, I be doing the thing. But working here, my body said, excuse me, what the fuck is this? And so the thing in itself that has saved my life is the pain, the physical pain that this job brings me, because it has forced me to see the truth of my actual teachings as a Reiki master teacher, which is physical discomfort, dis-ease, illness in the body literally comes from the mismanagement of emotions. And you say, well, how did you learn that? That's because when I got off of work, instead of just being like, oh yeah, my feet hurt because I've been on my feet for 8 hours a day, I was obsessed with getting it to stop, because I'm panicking, y'all. Like, I don't see how other people, y'all don't be panicking, because if you tell me I work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, that means when I get off today, these 8 hours, I gotta come back in here. So in my mind, I'm like, I gotta do everything I can to ease this discomfort, to ease this pain, because I gotta come back here tomorrow. And I gotta do this all over again. Like, no ma'am. Physical pain is not for me. And so what I end up learning is that I chase the pain. I would go home and be obsessed. My back hurt, I gotta roll out, I gotta stretch, I was obsessed. That would be all that I would do. And what I would find inside that pain is so much wisdom. It caused me to look at all of these limiting beliefs that I was holding on to, because the truth of the matter is, we should be able to use our bodies. I don't agree that doing anything for 8 hours is normal. That is quite insane if you ask me. All right. But we do it, right? But we should be able to do it without a lot of physical pain, a lot of physical discomfort. Like, that's not how that's supposed to be going. At least not in my body, not in my reality. Like, I'm supposed to be comfortable, and when I'm not comfortable, I should be doing the work to now make myself physically comfortable. And if that is following the pain to see what's going on, then that's what we gotta do. And so I spent many a days, many a nights going to the chiropractor, I've lost a tooth in the midst of this. I had literally broke my tooth during a traumatic event, and then when I cleared it all of the way, the whole tooth just came on off. And then it was like a trickle down effect of how that affected my body and all of the limiting beliefs I was able to let go and move through, right? To me, that's mind-blowing. So I feel like this is a relevant topic of conversation because I feel like it is something I've come across quite a lot in the African diaspora, more specifically in my family, which is I've been taught that things are what they are. Everything just on the surface level and it is what it is. I am just my body and it is what it is. So if your body hurt, it just is what it is. Ain't nothing past that. Ain't nothing at all that you can do. And that is why I love spirituality in itself. Because it is a better system than I was taught that helps me navigate and make sense of the world that I live in. Because that's exactly what happened. When I looked past the pain and I was like, yeah, this don't have to be. I don't have to be in pain. That does not have to be my reality. I can figure out what's going on in my body beyond just working, because that's not normal. That's not normal to just be like, yep, my feet hurt, my legs hurt, and yep, I'm just in pain. And I'm just like, how many people do you know who think like that? How many of you think like that? Right? I used to think like that, especially before I had spirituality. It was just like, I am my body. Like I didn't get nothing else besides my physical needs. But again, once I looked into those physical needs and followed that pain, it literally was, I don't know, it's different for everybody, but I know for me, it is the internal wisdom, the internal voice, the inkling that says, do this, follow this, try this, oh, stand here, move like this, twist your hip this way. All of those aha moments connected dots to allow me to see that it was baggage that I was holding on to that was exacerbating the pain that I was feeling from being on my feet all day. But it wasn't the pain of being on my feet all day that was causing me to be in pain in the first place, which is really what I'm getting at, which is really what I feel like was missing from my education growing up and being taught how to navigate my experience as a human being, you know? So ultimately, the number one thing I've learned since taking this social media content creation break is that embracing honesty about where I am in life is one of the quickest ways to see me through the phase of life maybe I don't want to be at, maybe the phase of life I may be ashamed to be at. And when embracing that honesty about where I am and what I'm feeling in my body, I'm able to gain new wisdom about where I actually want to be, about what's holding me back. So it's been a beautiful experience. And I would say number two that I really want to share with you, that is like the ultimate takeaway, is don't settle for anything past discomfort. You know, as humans, joy and happiness is not a guaranteed state. It is not a state that we will be in all the time. But one state that you can bank your money on is comfort, to be comfortable, right? And so don't be afraid. Don't give in to the fear that just says, you know, it might make it worse. It'll never go away. I don't know what's going on. I don't got no health insurance. I can't afford to look at it, right? Don't give in to those fears, you know. Kind of feel the fear and do it anyway, yo. So feel into your body. Listen to those signs. Develop a relationship with your body so that you can learn that, is the pain actually something that I'm physically not doing right with my body in the present moment, or is this pain something that I'm holding on to, and what I'm experiencing in my physical reality is a catalyst to help me move through it. And so, man, those are the main takeaways that I really want to share with this video. I appreciate y'all for coming through. I appreciate y'all for hearing me, for seeing me, for just creating a space to share good, juicy, spiritual wisdom. Until next time, I love you. Peace out.